Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and as you can see today, we're taking on the man with the skinny jeans, the hipster in tights, Corvus Glaive. So let's get right into it, guys. I've already cleared a couple today, so I can take a little bit slower for you guys and not rush through. I do want to try to get 2 runs in again, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit like last time and show you a couple of different tactics and things to know. So for this one, this is your standard buff Loki and Prey team. Now, I'm going to show you runs with different strikers, but the theme is the same. You need at minimum 3 dodge ignore strikers for about 60%, if my math is correct. 60% dodge ignore. Any less than 3, and if you don't have any dodge ignore gear on leaderships or tier 2 passives, shout out Ronin, or obelisks and stuff like that, then you're just not going to have enough time to kill Corvus. He is not a boss that deals a lot of DPS, so he's not a mechanics check. He's not a boss that has an outrageous amount of HP, although he does have a lot more than the other bosses. Even if he just had a lot of HP and his resurrections, he wouldn't be that difficult because his damage is so low and his defense is so low. But rather, it's a combination of his resurrections, his massive HP pool combined, and his rising dodge rate, or his rising dodge score, that will make him basically unhittable and unkillable if you just waltz in with 5 DPS strikers and your regular team of jerk-offs. So I'm going to go with 4 strikers that do dodge ignore, because Loki's summons and other summons, to note, do not benefit from the striker bonuses. So even though the clones take, a percentage of Loki's stats, they will not take any percentage of the striker bonuses. So you'll see that in the very beginning, my Loki clones do excellent, near full damage to Corvus, but as the fight wears on, my clones will start to, hit bricks like Shaq in the clutch, and basically I will have to rely on strikers, I will have to rely on Loki's DPS, and I will have to rely on mostly other means to get my damage through. So his first phase is very pedestrian, guys. He just does these attacks in kind of random order. I haven't figured out the order, I'm not that smart. The only real attack that you need to worry about is the piercing one, where he kind of jumps forward, because it can lock. It does lock your character into place. It binds them, and then it does some decent damage. That slam there, guys, is going to become a pretty common attack. So you do need to learn how to dodge it and walk just outside of the frame like that, and then go back in for some DPS. Now, what's most damaging about the crater that he creates is that if you walk into it, it's going to fire off, just like that. You see the red marks, and boom, it fires off. So what you need to do is what I just did. Trigger them and run away. Okay? Now he's going to summon up Satan's, Satan's frames per second attack, where he kind of screws up the frames for a bit. Just make sure you're not in the path. There's the stun. There's that little stun juggle move. It doesn't do that much damage if you've got good geared characters, so not to worry too much. As you guys can see, I'm kind of just being really aggressive, because Corvus doesn't do enough damage in his first 2 phases to be of any concern at all. His third phase can get a little bit dicey if you're new, so keep that in mind. But for the first 2, you want to be doing maximum DPS to him in order to get through the stages fast enough. Now, a quick DPS check for you. Oh, he's not dead. Okay, a quick DPS check for you. If you have less than 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock when he goes into his third phase, this is his third phase, guys. So if you have less than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you're probably not going to clear the level. Unless you've been kind of purposely DPSing him down more slowly, you won't have enough time by the end, unless you get miraculously lucky. Now, he always does this Pinwheel Attack as his second move in his third phase. So you need to always prepare for it, because that's really the way he catches you and the way he kills you in this stage. Is you get distracted by his clones, or you're not really paying attention, you're kind of picking your nose, picking your butt, and then he does the pinwheel move where he teleports back and he throws these waves at you, and then you can see, guys, they hit for massive damage. They can if they catch your character in the animation, they'll kind of like semi-stun lock you, and then good luck, you're probably gonna die. So the rest of the time you kind of just stay pretty close and deal damage as much as you can. Okay, and just summon your clones when they disappear. Get right outside the crater, trigger the crater, get back outside again, Okay, you always want to trigger the craters, because if you don't trigger the craters, if you just run around them, which might seem like a safe bet at first, they will accumulate. I've seen, I've had stages with Corvus where he's got 4, 5, 6 craters up at once, and I basically can't really venture into like half of the map because I'm afraid of triggering one and getting, hit for some damage. If you're on the kind of fringes or the outskirts of the crater, it doesn't do that much damage, but if you're in the middle, it can do a sizable chunk of your health. This is where a character like Carnage with his tracking 6-star skill kind of struggles at times, and you have to be really careful with your attack animations in order to not get get put in a compromising situation and have some nudes leak or something like that. So here I'm only watching out for this Pinwheel Attack, and then I'm just going to circle around. He will always track you on the last Pinwheel Attack, so if you don't have a character with a shield like Loki, you need to just keep running. You cannot stop. You want to do like a kind of Donovan Bailey, and you want to just keep running and gunning. So we're going to clear this one, guys. It's not too difficult, pretty straightforward. Don't get hit by those flames, guys. Don't be a noob like me. Yeah, this level, honestly, guys, this is all about striker. This is a striker check level. Do you have dodge ignore strikers? Do you have 2 hands or feet? And can you press buttons in a semi-predictable pattern? If you can kill Corvus Glaive with Loki. Okay, guys? That's as simple as it is. Now, I want to show you just one more run. I'm going to try to be a little bit quicker this time, do a little bit more DPS. Loki actually struggles more than other teams because he doesn't crank out enough or as much damage per second as some of the other teams do, because his clones don't share his bonus, the striker bonus. So this time I'm only going to use 3 strikers because I've actually never used 3 strikers before, but the Reddit tells me that using 3 strikers is the minimum. So let's get it going. Let's see how fast I can do this. I think it'll probably end up being faster with 4, but I want to show you guys it's possible with 3, especially for newer players who don't have 4 strikers yet. If you're wondering what order to get the strikers in, you should get Deathlock first because he is invaluable for both combat and blast AB days. Then you should get Sharon Carter because she's invaluable for speed AB days. Shout out to Sharon Carter for finally getting a uniform. And then you should get, I would say, probably Daisy. Daisy would be next, but Daisy's requires her uniform. Not her first uniform with the short pixie cut, but her second uniform that's more recent, but not by much. So, yeah, second uniform on Daisy. If you don't have any crystals for Daisy and you don't think you're going to invest in her, then what you should do is you should go for Mockingbird and then circle back to Daisy later on. That's what I would recommend. It's maybe possible that there's a 5th dodge ignore striker that I just don't know. If there is, it's probably one of the most terrible characters because I don't have them. So yeah, as you guys can see, I'm still doing reasonable damage. Of course, I did bring high DPS characters with me, and it does help that Giant Man does his 5-star skill almost all the time when he is a striker. So the striker DPS does count for a little bit, but as you guys can see, even the strikers miss. You see those dodge numbers going up. So, nobody's really immune to Corvus's dodge trolling. So again, we want to check for the 3 or the 2.5 minute mark. We're going to be well above that at 3 minutes, 35 seconds. So I'm confident that we can clear this level, although I have whiffed in the past at around this mark, so I don't want to get too arrogant here. Okay, he's got his mom's minivan. Okay, he's leveling up, good. All right, here comes the pinwheel. Oh, no pinwheel. Interesting. He's almost always in the pinwheel as a second move for me, but I'm kind of glad he didn't. Okay, there's the slam. The pinwheel should be next. There's the pinwheel. Okay, here's what I'm talking about, guys. See, Carnage is almost dead because I face tanked that. That one. That was not very smart. So yeah, with Carnage, be aware, guys. You can get yourself into a little nasty situation if you kind of go gung ho. So don't do that. Sometimes go gung, but never go full gung-ho. It's kind of unsafe. Another tip, guys, I'm not showing you this team specifically, but I definitely have cleared Corvus in the past with the team up of Lincoln as leader, with Thor as the main damage dealer, and Thrut, or Groot with the uniform on, as the secondary damage dealer slash healer for Thor. And basically, whenever Corvus does his ground slam that goes into those I'm in a little bit of trouble here. Whenever Corvus goes into that ground slam where he creates the craters, all you need to do is get just outside of the crater as Thor, and you can use your 6-star and 5-star skill comfortably from just outside that because it's within the range of the skill, and you can deal maximum DPS without being close enough to Corvus to get damaged by his other attacks or his clones. And Thor has really great DPS, which is the main way you can clear. It's a little bit more difficult than these teams I'm showing you now, but it is definitely doable. Oh, well, it might not be doable if I totally screw this up, so let's have a look. So I really need his heal here. I need this like a fat kid needs cake. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm gonna die. That's cool. So guys, I'm gonna die, and that sucks, but... Oh, dodge. Can we do this? Probably not. I am gonna die, guys, so it was nice to know you, but... What I did just want to... Dang. What I did want to show you is that it's definitely possible with 3 dodge ignore strikers. I was well within the range of time. I just got kind of silly there, and I kind of, you know, took too many risks, but whatever. I wanted to show you guys as well the weakness of Carnage, so, you know, kudos to me for doing that. Pat on the back. But, yeah, those are the tips, guys, that I have for Corvus. You definitely need at least 3 dodge ignore strikers, and then you just need some good DPS, guys. There's plenty of teams that can work for him, so just, you know, keep those tips in mind, put that to good use, and you'll be clearing Corvus Glaive 5 times out of 5 in no time, guys. So, if you like what you see, hope you check it out tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.